Happy Saturday, you guys. Okay, I'm logging in so I can get a few questions for this Q&A that I wanted to do. I hope you guys are having a good Saturday. Disclaimer, your girl has been under the weather, but I wanted to just come on and show face real quick so I can at least answer at least a few questions that I've been getting for the Q&A, and then I'll also do a video form of a Q&A. But I wanted to have an opportunity to at least go live and present at least a few questions. And if you guys are on here and I can find your chat, then I'll be able to go ahead and answer your questions while you're on here as well. But so if my voice is a little raspy, I apologize, but I'm getting over something. So I hope you guys are having a good Saturday. Let me find a few questions that I had received, and then I'll be posting a video today. Um, I'll be posting a video right after this, and then also if you have joined my Patreon, then you'll also get a video on my Patreon as well. Okay. All right, let me go to my comments. If you guys are joining the chat, happy Saturday. Be sure to give this like a thumbs up, please, so YouTube knows that you're a part of the game. All right, let's see here. Okay, well, I'm looking for the questions. Let me know in the chat, how have you guys been? Like, how's your mental health? Everything's good? How's work? Um, I don't want to say work's been crazy, but work's been work. It's been a little busy the past you know, I would say the past couple of weeks, but I think this holiday busy. Let me know how your guys' lab is in around the holiday. You guys busy with biopsies, or you guys pretty slow during this time of the year? I know normally a lot of people they try to get their biopsies or they try to get things done, before the end of the year, before the year is over. So a lot of doctors are doing a lot of biopsies and stuff like that. So we tend to be a pretty busy around Christmas, New Year's. So yeah, if you guys are busy, put busy in the chat. If you guys are slow, put slow in the chat. Let me know how your guys' lab, is during the holiday. Do you guys get a 3-day weekend, or it depends, or do you get holiday pay? Um, yeah, so I anticipate a pretty busy Christmas. Um, all right, so let me go ahead and get to my question. Don't forget also to if you got any questions for me, or if you want to have a one-on-one, or well, in order to actually have a one-on-one schedule with me, you would definitely need to be a part of the Patreon community, the Lab Girl Circle at Patreon.com. You just literally go to Patreon, and I'll do a thorough tutorial for those who are not aware of what Patreon is. It's a private community where we'll build a histology community where we can network, we can talk to each other. We can have one-on-ones. You'll get exclusive content that you won't get here on YouTube. So that's the reason why you guys should definitely join for $10 a month. Some things I do and I will leave open on my Patreon. So if even if you guys are not really sure if you want to join or not, you can always head over to Patreon and check out some free things that I've actually left open for you guys to see, but everything won't be open on the community. There will be certain things that you will need to have a membership to access, so that's really important. But certain things that like downloadable quizzes or downloadable puzzles I may create, you can definitely access those. I may leave a tab that you can a community tab on the Patreon where you can actually access and participate in a histology poll. But like I said before, everything will not be public, but I will leave some things public, but just not everything. And sometimes I will do a video where I will give you guys the members a video, and then maybe later, then the Patreon. It will actually go live for everyone. But once again, it will not be a lot of information that will be live because this is an exclusive membership for the Patreon community. So definitely think about joining. Take a look at the Patreon. You guys, I'm definitely going to go hard on my Patreon. And it's going to be hard to keep up with both. So I keep telling you guys that. So if you see me less and less on YouTube, it's because I will be having more content on my Patreon. So let you guys know now. Okay, so for the few questions that I did get, um, they were pretty long. So don't think that I was not trying to respond to you. It's just that they were pretty lengthy, and I wanted to make sure that I answered it on one of the live videos. Let me make sure my volume is up. I wanted to make sure that I answered it on one of my live videos. So if I didn't, you just respond to you personally, or maybe if I just put like a thumbs up, that's the reason why. Because I want to go into more detail. So, um, and actually feature it on the live here. Okay, let me find the. I'm sorry, I wasn't prepared. Let me find. Did y'all hear my dog in the background? I'm so sorry. Okay. All right, hold on. Let me go to my comments. That may help. Okay, so I got a question said, would you consider one-on-one training? And yes, I will consider one-on-one training. Um, Once again, that actually is included underneath the umbrella of my Patreon. So if you go to Patreon and then type in the Lab Girl Circle and subscribe to my Patreon, then we can definitely set up a one-on-one training. And that training will include like histology career type of things, one-on-one advice. I'm always giving my advice, or you guys are always asking me questions about histology, and and sometimes it gets a little deeper when it comes to like pay, or should you take a job, what's a good job, and you always give me different scenarios and really let me into your personal life. And if we do if you're looking for more like of a one-on-one, it would be just like that type of career advice, where you can just tell me things a little bit more personal and Um, just like that peer, that one-on-one advice, like how to handle certain things in the lab, how to, um, just how to be a better histotech, how to focus on yourself, working with, a team, working by yourself, being in a diverse lab, or maybe not so diverse lab, working in a small lab versus working in a bigger lab. There's so many different things that a lot of us have not experienced as a histotech, and I haven't experienced everything as a histotech, but I do think of myself as, someone who was a traveler and also who have worked in a small um, private lab and, someone who's working in a bigger lab. I have a little bit of experience with working with different types of people, the way a small lab may be ran compared to a way a bigger lab may be ran. What's best, what's best for you? What's the type of schedule that may work for you? A lot of things to consider whenever you're taking your first histology job, especially if you never had a histology job. There's so many things that could cover that one-on-one with me. So it's the same thing as if you was to ask me a question, but maybe you want to just keep coming back to me, or you want to just continue to just like get my input on things, or just have that dedicated time. Because if I don't know something, then I'm not just gonna BS you and be like and just tell you anything. I try to put myself in your guys' shoes, and I try to um, you know just just I can relate pretty much is what I'm saying, because I've been there, and I can relate, especially if you're a first time histotech, and especially me being a traveler. When you're a traveler, your first time is all over again for a new assignment. And I've been to several different labs, and I've been that new person, and I know what it feels like to be that new person. Or if you go into a different department, I know what that feels like to be that new person in that department. And a lot of you guys who follow me, if you are students or if you are, studying for the ASCP, then you haven't had your first astrology job yet, or you in school and you haven't really had that time to really know what it feels like to um, be a full-time histotech. So it's just a lot of things that we can speak about on our one-on-one. So yeah, I will consider doing one-on-one like advice or one-on-one mentoring. That's what I want to really call it. Um, so that's definitely something that you could ask me or request. And you could email me at thelabgirlcircle@gmail.com for that. All right. Another question I got says, hello, can you email a soft copy of the histotechnology self-assessment book, latest edition, Frida L. Carson, the author? No, I cannot email you that book. That's just ridiculous. So I'm sorry. Sorry, but not sorry. I can't email you a Frida Carson book. You can go to Amazon, order a book. You can see maybe if there's some type of downloadable thing on uh, Audible. I don't know, but I can't email you a whole book of Frida Carson. I apologize. You're gonna have to probably buy that book. I think the book runs around two something, three. They can get pretty pricey. So, and maybe you can get a used copy, or maybe you can see if the library has one, and you could check one out at the library. So that's a good thing. Um, okay. Whenever, and shout out to you, Landon, for signing up for Patreon. Just want to tell you that in this video because you are a real one. Thank you so much, Landon. Um, let's see here. Okay, this is off of, let me see. Well, let me bring up the latest. I have to go to the my latest comment. Search contains questions. Let me see here. Actually, let me go to my video. I think it's this one. Comments too. Okay. I got a comment from Angie Life. She says, "Hi there. I failed my BOC exam for Histotech." And Angie, I've already responded to you, but I want to let you know that it's okay that you fail. I mean, I failed before. I'm pretty sure a lot of people out here who's watching me have failed the BOC as well. So that's not something that's uncommon. The great thing is you do have 5 times to take the BOC. If something has changed, I'm not really sure. I mean, I've been a tech for 7 years now, so I'm not really sure if something has changed as far as the BOC is concerned. But the last time I took it, you had 5 times to take the BOC. So just try to focus on maybe the areas where you think that you may not have scored as high on. Um, if you're not really sure, you should be getting some type of like letter or something in the mail or something maybe on the ASCP website that tells you what you scored in each category. And but if you just feel like you just need to start from scratch, that's exactly what I did. If you go back to my earlier previous videos, um, where I talk about, me not passing my tests and things of that nature, and how I restudied the ASCP or how I restudied my Frida Carson book. I literally just went through every chapter and just broke every chapter down. It took me a long time to do that, but what I did was I just went through the book, and then when I found myself like probably at special stains, that's when I actually scheduled for the test. I didn't schedule for the test and then start studying. I waited till I got comfortable enough and I felt like I could retain some information, and then I scheduled for the test, which means that it allowed me enough time to finish the rest of, to say, special stains. And if you're taking the HTL, then you're going to be taking the IHC or immuno part of it. So that gives you enough time to finish up the book and then go back to say fixation to make sure you're good on fixation, or go back to microtomy troubleshooting. Um, I've made a lot of videos on different sections of the book, but I know that I have so many new subscribers, to where you guys are probably like catching up and trying to, look at those older videos and probably trying to look at my newer videos. But I definitely do suggest that you guys in my, um, go back to my, let me go to my content, go back to my playlist. And whenever you go to my playlist, I would definitely tell you to check out ASCP tips here. That's a good playlist where I have, it looks like 23 videos on how to study for the ASCP. And then in that video, I actually, try to break down the ASCP book. So that's a great playlist. And if you are studying for the ASCP, I have 18 videos on some study questions. So that's a good thing as well. So this is like, that book is massive, and it's probably boring too. I'm not gonna lie. So in order to break down that book, it's going to take you some time. So it's okay that you didn't pass. It happens. So you're going to be fine. Keep me posted like you did. I appreciate you letting me know, but I'm rooting for you. You got this. All right, let's see here. Let me figure it out. Real quick. You may hear my video in the background, so hold on. I'm gonna mute it just in case. Okay. And this is gonna be my last um question for today, because I need to edit some other things and I need to go ahead and get some more content out for you guys. And Yeah. So if you guys are joining this live a little bit later, or if you watching this on the replay, um, do your girl a favor, thumbs up this video, and definitely check out the previous video that I dropped, which was um, a tissue identification video, a pop quiz. And if you are, um, oh yeah, I did a histology tissue ID. I did a tissue identification pop quiz. And what's the last video I did? Hold on, let me check for you guys. No, I cannot believe it's raining. It's raining. This is like the best day. It's raining. It never rains here. Let me see. Oh, how can I forget? I did a video on how to write a resume. How to write a resume. We probably think we know how to write a resume, but a lot of people are not really good resume writers. And a lot of people really don't take the time to redo their resume, especially if they're looking for a new job, or they'll just update their old, they'll update their job, as the top one, and not really look at the rest of their resume. Before I became a histotech, I worked customer service, and at one point in time, my resume looked like nothing but a customer service resume. And I'm thinking, like, how can I get a job in histology without having histology experience? So I gave you guys a few, like, I think maybe 3 to 5 quick pointers on how to write a resume without histology experience. And I'll definitely go deeper into that, and make more videos about writing a resume. That's another thing you guys can contact me about, as far as a one-on-one on how to write a resume, because your resume is literally, other than your personality, like I said, that's what's going to get you in the door, because you can be going up against someone with all this education, this, that, and the third. But, when it comes to, whenever you are sitting in front of the person or whoever's interviewing you, that could be the reason why you get the job. So if you don't have a lot of experience, which I know you probably won't, especially if you're a student or if you're switching careers, um, that resume video would definitely be a good video to watch, because I show you guys how to put your school experience as your intro, as your bio on your resume. And you want to make sure that and no one taught me this, you guys. Like, I had to teach myself this, because I'm thinking to myself, like, if I've never had a histology job before, what would make someone hire me? Because we always feel like no one is going to hire us without having that experience. And that's not true. People get hired every day without having experience, but it really helps if your resume can definitely, like, wow them. So, um, yeah. So how to write a resume without histology experience, definitely major key. All right, so let me go to my final question. I've been on here for like 23 minutes. And I want to be clear my throat all in your guys' ears, all, the whole live. So, all right, let me go back to that video. Hold on. Let me go to my content. Is that on how to write a resume? Videos. Hold on. Go to my channel. Okay. All right. So this question is from subject of mine 1720, and she asked me, or she says, "Hello, I just found your video about histotechnology. I'm currently a sterile processing technician working PRN, and my hospital posted a position for a histotechnician as a PRN. Minimum qualifications are to have a high school diploma. As far as the license required, it says, and then she just tells me what it says for the licenses, which you can find in the front of your Frida Carson study guidebook, which I posted a video HT versus HTL. So it just states the difference between HT and HTL and what are the qualifications that you need if you need schooling, but or what you need to submit to sit for the HT or the HTL. In licensure states must hold license as a histotechnologist for department location assignment as applicable or in a non-licensure state. So when we say in a licensed state, that would be Nevada, that would be Florida, that would be New York. um, and in a non-licensed state, that's literally all the other states. Must hold a national certification for the ASCP or equivalent as a histotechnologist grandfather per state requirement. Grandfathered mean literally you've been in histology before Jesus was a baby. That just means that you've been in histology for a very long time. You don't have to sit up here and renew all your CEUs like we have to do. I don't even think they took the ASCP, honestly. I think they just took some type of test, but I don't think they took the ASCP. But normally, if you working with someone who's probably like been a histotech or working in a lab for like maybe I want to say probably like 15 to 20 years and up, that most likely that their grandfather in. Do you think or have you heard of a hospital providing on the job training or getting hired without any lab experience and or certification? I want to take the leap and just apply, but I also want to remain in my sterile tech job. Do you think they'll allow two PRN positions at the same time? Thanks in advance. So, subject of my mind, I'm going to reply to you right now and let you know that I just answered your question on live. Your question on my live. I'm live. Q and A. I'm doing this live, so I'm letting you know I'm about to answer your question live on my Q&A. Check it out for your answer. Okay. And the reason why I waited to answer her question on live because she had several different points that I knew I couldn't just type the whole thing. So, okay, she said, do you think or have you heard of a hospital provide on the job training or getting hired without any lab experience and or certification? Okay, so I've heard of all three things. I know people have gotten hired without any experience, um, and or certification. Yes, that's a yes and a no. So let's break that down as much as I can. Hospitals do provide on the job training, but that's subject to how much training that they're going to provide you because it depends. Because anywhere you go, they're gonna train you. It's not really it's it doesn't matter if I have 7 years as a histotech and I decided to go to another hospital, they're still going to train me because they want me to do things their protocol, their way. So you're going to get trained regardless. Getting hired without any lab experience, yes, you're going to get hired without lab experience. If whenever you get to your interview and they say, "Do you have a lab experience?" You have a sterile tech job, so I'm assuming that you work in a lab already. Um, so that is some lab experience. You may not have histology experience, but there's people who works in different parts of the lab, clinical, micro, virology. There's different parts of the lab that other people may work in, and they may not have histology lab experience, but that still count as lab experience. Certification. There's plenty of um, new histotechs who come on board, and once again, it depends on which facility that you work at. That may not have a certification, but they got hired upon them, taking that board or ASCP within a year of them actually getting a job. So you have like a year. This may be standard, honestly, but once again, just depends on the facility that you work for. And these are just things that will be explained to you at your interview or things that you can ask. I don't have certification now, but do you allow me to obtain my certification in a year? So they normally explain all that because that's not something that's just rare. Like people get hired who don't have any experience and they have a year to take their test. And that's their on the job training. They're literally learning everything because everyone won't get hired knowing what to do. And I think that's the fear of going to any job. A lot of people would think that, oh, I don't know how to do that, or I'm nervous. I don't know if they're going to hire me because I don't know how to do this. Well, if they have interest in you or they show interest in you, they either know that you're trainable, and of course, they may know that you don't know how to do it, but that doesn't mean that you won't get the job. So, certification, you may have to just take the certification. Um, you have a year to take that if you get hired based upon them hiring you, that you're going to, get certified. I want to take the leap and just apply, but I want to remain in my stereotech job. Okay, so take that leap. The thing is, I don't know what type of education that you have, what type of schooling you have. So that depends on that too. So it depends on the schooling. So if you know that you've already, just say for instance, you already have a bachelor's degree in some type of science related background, chances are you could just sit for the ASCP after doing your 1 year, which and that ties into all of this. So you work in histology lab for a year, your supervisor signs you off to take the ASCP to get certified, and you've already got all the sciences. And the way that that's verified is through ASCP. So you'll submit your school transcripts. You'll submit the paperwork saying that you've been working in a lab related or science related field for a year, and then they take that information and then they approve you to sit for the ASCP, which is the board to get your certification. If you need to go to school or something like that, then you can actually just that's a whole different route. You would need to go to the school, talk to a advisor, and see exactly what courses you need to complete so you can get that certification in histology. And the last thing for you, it says, I want to take the leap and just apply, but I also want to remain in my sterile tech job. Well, it sounds like to me you really love your job that you got now and your PRN. I don't know if there's a lot of PRN for histology. Once again, it depends on where you work and how many histotechs that you got, and if that's what they are offering. Um, if you are the type of person that you like that PRN position, then if you do get into histology, you can also be a traveler. And a traveler, you're more flexible to where you can probably work, different type of hours and be PRN or work a few, work an assignment and then, be gone for an assignment or work an assignment and then take some time off. That gives you that type of PRN flexibility. But if you would like to remain in your other job, there's plenty of histotechs that works two jobs. And if you apply for a part time. And then if the sterile tech job, maybe they can either A, work around your schedule, or your new histotech job can work around your PRN schedule. These are things you just have to talk to the hiring manager about, but I would definitely not let that deter me from applying. So take the leap, apply. Why not? I wouldn't tell you no. That would just be ludicrous for me to tell you no, because why not? Because you don't know what can happen. You don't know if you may want to keep both jobs, or then you'll know if or histology just may not be for you. So it's really up to you what you decide. But I hope that I gave you um, some answers, and I hope that was thorough enough. All right. So that's it for today as far as my Q&A, you guys. I have other videos to get out for you guys. I got some editing to do. And if you guys got anything that you'd like me to talk about, you can definitely email me at my business email at thelabgirlcircle@gmail.com. I check my email. No one else checks it. It's confidential. You can email me, and then the subject line, if it's for a Q&A, subject line put Q&A. If it's for a topic you would like for me to discuss, in the subject line put, topic, and then email me what topic you would like for me to discuss. If you don't want to email me, you feel like that's too personal, I understand. You can actually reach me on YouTube, of course, at the Lab Girl. My community post, you can always post it, or you can actually just leave a comment or a question on any one of my videos. You guys know that I'm really good at responding. In these next few weeks, if you see I'm not really just like giving you a full answer, don't worry. It's because I'm literally saving it for quick Q&As like this so I can be able to go into more detail and spend more time with you guys because I haven't seen you guys in forever. I feel like it's just been a crazy last couple of weeks. And also too, it's the end of the year. So you know how that is between, you guys can understand, between family, working, personal life, and just like some downtime, because it's the most wonderful time of the year, for not for everyone, but it's just a busy time of the year. And it's just a time to make sure we go into the new year more relaxed, stress free, checking up on your mental health, keeping your mental health good, healthy. Staying healthy, that's key, because I need to make sure I'm staying healthy. And yeah, I just wish you guys the best. And thank you so much for being so patient with me getting these videos out. I really appreciate it. Thank you for joining the community here on the Lab Girl channel and on the Lab Girl Circle. And I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to thumbs up this live, subscribe if you want more content like this. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.